Sulking and leaving a small pile of overprocessed hair behind me, I got up. Brushing some dirt off of myself, I started walking, only to get hit by a car. I slid up on the hood, rolling over to see Emily in the driver's seat with a bubbly smile on her face. Evelyn blew another bubble. "Hey!" Emily beamed, bobbing around. "Hey! What the hell? Emily, you hit me!" I screamed. "It was just a bleeping love tap, for bleep's sakes. Get the bleep over yourself," Evelyn grunted. What she means to say is, "Sorry, Peaches, we thought you were a parking space because of how fat you are." The supermodel giggled. I frowned and squirmed off the hood of the car, leaving a big dent. "Shut up, Emily. You're ruining my life," I mumbled, turning away to look for Assassino. "You might want to get in the car, though. Wouldn't want to make the parking spot mistake again." She was still giggling. Groaning loudly, I climbed into the back seat and laid down, staring at my purse remorsefully. After a few minutes of painful, screamy rock music, we passed into a shadowy tunnel. It seemed to stretch on for some ways, and eventually I realized that this tunnel was likely a cave and was not going to end. "This seems kind of stereotypical," I muttered from the back seat. Evelyn grunted at me. Not any particular words. It was just a grunt. "Kate, come on!" Emily beamed, opening up her door and gesturing for me to get out of the car. "You have to meet our alpha." "You're a werewolf too?" I looked at the supermodel, confused. She shook her head and giggled. "No, silly, I'm bait." She put her hand on her hip and leaned to the side a bit. "Duh." I nodded. As far as I knew, my pack didn't have bait. I didn't know what her job was, but I didn't care, so I didn't ask. Carefully, I grabbed my Gucci purse and crawled out of the car. I gave the place a quick scan, just in case someone tried to mug me. Emily took me by the wrist and pulled me off, further into the recesses of the cave. 20 pointless turns later, we stood in a great big room with lots of tables and chairs lined up alongside one another. At the far end of the room was a big throne-like seat in which a tall, muscular, tight-shirted, and dark-skinned man sat. He had a little soul-patch beard and relatively short dreadlocks, and he was one fine piece of bleep. "Kyle Biker!" Emily grinned brightly and ran up to the big throne, still holding my hand. "I brought you the other side's alpha's mate." This thing belongs to Ryder James, the sex god." Kyle Biker looked unimpressed. "Actually," I corrected him bitterly, "Ryder James left me for my mom." Kyle Biker blinked several times and cleared his throat. "Right, of course. Perfectly normal."